So my first video has charged and is uploading on YouTube. So I I begin the second one about learning tarots. For me, it's about learning in general, how I learn. The first thing I do is like immersing. I read something, I like internet, and when I discovered tarot, it was more difficult um, to have some information about. There were no books in the libraries where I did go, and I have never used the tarot de Marseille. And in France, it's all about this tarot that I absolutely hate. I find it just ugly, and when people make me some tarot drawing, it's absolutely cheap, absolutely hard and mean, and I don't know, I don't like this tarot. So about more the Rider-Waite clone I had and Rider-Waite in general, there were absolutely nothing. So I had only the little booklet I had with my cards for the beginning, and my own intuition and what I experience when I have the cards and I see what I live and what the card could mean in the light of what I have lived. For years it has been the only source of meanings that I had, and the great thing was that tarot is really linked to magic, to Kabbalah, to the Grail, the old legend of Archer, and it was all that was interesting me. So for me, tarot has been the door for these things. And all along my way into magic, into understanding the Grail myth and all the Archerian legend and the Kabbalah, more recently the Kabbalah. In my feet, the tarot has been like the reference, and each and every of the information I learned was in the tarot, and it is why it has been created for being a tool of learning for the student of Kabbalah and of magic and of esoteric world without words. Just hiding it in a card playing game where they will not be burned for processing it and using it. But it was just a way to have all the information in the cards, in symbols. And yes, there were pagan symbols before Christian symbols. So everything I learned, I can find it in the cards. So yes, I have at one moment a few years ago when I learned Awasuma, like 5-6 years ago, I was really attracted by it, but through my learning we reached the point where they say, oh, Awasuma is all about tarot, the tree of life, Kabbalah, because the keyword that created it was the daughter of the master of Kabbalah from a long family of Kabbalah masters. She was the seventh daughter of the seventh son, and Mike, that came to help her, was also master of the Kabbalah. So it was all about this. And the third level, you learn how the tarot is linked with the tree of life, with the legend of the Grail, and with all the energetic points in you, with the elements, with all that we learn in magic and in Wicca and everything like this. So it was really great. And before going to the 5-day learning course group, I just came into internet, finding some information about each card, because I wanted first making a more advanced advice about each card, because before accepting what they say to me, because I'm not a sheep and I don't want to follow without knowing anything. And really it was best for me, because most of my fellows didn't understand anything, because they didn't know anything about all of this. And I really asked myself why they were there. And yeah, so it was a study. I made some cards, with drawings, with some writings in it, the major ideas before I came there. And after the course, I took the big big booklet they gave us, and I worked on it to compare and to make my own vision between the Tree of Life, the Orasuma bottles, the tarot, the Orasuma tarot, my tarot, and now the Rider-Waite tarot. And after that, just for 3 years, it was all by myself and my experience. I didn't read anything more, just using it and letting it mature in me. Last year I came to the same 3-level course, just in order to re-enter in it. I had accepted to buy the Orasuma tarot and really enter in it. So I have had a year for working with it. And this time it was just to see and experiment new things about tarot and Orasuma, but especially tarot, because I am out of Orasuma now. I don't use it. I use it for me, but I don't use it for everyone. I don't do consultations or healings or anything like that now with it. And so my way to learn is like coming to external source for a while, like a few months, and coming back to myself and experimenting. And I never read what I have searched before. I journal, but after I have made the journal, I just close it, and I don't come back. Or if I come back with the years that I've passed, when I read what I have written, it's just so not of the point, just outside of what I know and what I believe now. But it's, for me, writing is the good way to learn, to fix things in my head, and to have the time to think about things. The time I write and writing, the time is to just absorb things in myself. And I wanted to, during this last year, I wanted to make a notebook about tarot and the Tree of Life, more the Tree of Life and tarot inside it, just to gather what I knew and maybe gather new information. So tarot together is really the opportunity for me to do this journaling in each aspect of what I've learned. There's a point where, when I think I master not the whole thing, but I master enough to have the whole a point of view of the world, and maybe write what I know, like a step saying, yeah, no, it's what I know, and I need time to write and to draw and to make it beautiful, but for maturing it and fixing it in my head really, really hard and really clearly. So it's not something for reading after. Generally I don't read it after, or just for some memories of the time, and just to see who I were and what I was seeking. And now it's just a good time to do it and to see clearly and more clearly in my knowledge. And yes, I want to add, it's about fun, it's about pleasure. I love tarot. It's never boring for me. It's all about discovering, and when I don't feel anymore to work with tarot for a few months, I stop, just like that. And something like Annie that says, hey, we will work on tarot together, just made me take my cards, open my head to it, remember everything, working with cards each day, and yeah, I will advance in another step. So yeah, if you begin, if I have an advice for you, is first, gather what everyone has to say, and just keep what you like and what you feel and what feels right to you. And after, close everything, work with your card, meditate with your card, live with your card, and you will remember only what is necessary and what is really right for you. And you will make your own wisdom, and at some point you will say to yourself, oh, I need new information, I am in the same circle for a time in a sphere and I have to travel a little to another sphere. So you reopen to the world, we gather information and discuss with people, and yeah, it's a new step for you. So it's a new step for every one of us in this, and I am really happy to share it with Annie and you, all of you. If you want to put some comments on my videos or links to your videos or your comments, don't hesitate. I really want to learn new things this time and find new wisdom for my tarot path. So see you soon.